All right. Well, World War III could be coming at any moment. U.S. forces on full combat alert as we speak. Retired advisor to NATO three-star general says this. Update. U.S. forces now are on combat alert. B-52 bombers are at Minot Air Force Base, North Dakota during war games today. Had a hot mic constantly transmitting on HF and talking about transferring fuel between tanks and the fuel systems currently being used in an alert setting as if they're going into nuclear war. Russian, Iranian warships conducting naval drills right now. Russian and Iranian warships conducting naval drills right now. And some of the drills that they're planning and working on are if they are on fire. If they are attacked and on fire, how would Russia respond to Iranian ships being caught on fire? Really? So Russia in these drills would come to the aid of Iran. Yes, war games playing out right now in the Indian Ocean as we speak. And a few minutes ago, sources in Iran telling all Iranian news agencies to sound the alarm and get on full combat alert. Now, Netanyahu says we will strike Iran's nuclear facilities. Iran then just issued an alert in response saying if they attack our nuclear facilities, we will destroy Israel's nuclear arsenal and facilities immediately. No, nuclear war, back and forth. We're going to hit your nuclear facilities. You hit our nuclear facilities. And doesn't seem like anyone's trying to stop this. Oh, don't worry, though. They're sending friend of Israel, Anthony Blinken, to the region to try to ease concerns about this. They are actively trying to drag us into World War III. China, Iran, and Russia, they're trying to attack us all. They're trying to set us up to go to war with all of them all at once. This is the only way, of course, the deep state can retain power right now. I mean, this is the way that I see it. Right before an election, 14 days before an election, Israel announces through these leaked documents that, oh, by the way, yes, we're about to attack. We're going to carry out this massive attack right before the U.S. election.
And, oh, by the way, we have nukes, which you've always known about but pretended not to know about. But now you know about it. And now the world knows you know about it.
Right. So in these documents, exactly, that, oh, we have nuclear weapons, that Israel has nuclear weapons. Whoops. We've known about that since the 1960s, but Israel has been lying to the world, telling us, no, we don't have nuclear weapons. And if you speak out about it, you go to prison, by the way. If you spill the beans on that, you go to prison. We're watching right now, I think, the largest confluence of crises in world history all happening at once. And the last time, by the way, that this sort of confluence of crises all happening at once happened was right before World War II.
A heavy military and police presence in the northern Israeli town of 𝚝𝚎 on Saturday after a drone was launched reportedly towards the home of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. No casualties were reported. The Israeli military says the drone was launched from Lebanon. Following the strike, Netanyahu took to social media, posting on X that the attempt by Iran's proxy Hezbollah to assassinate him and his wife was a grave mistake. Hezbollah, though, did not claim responsibility for the attack, but the militant group did say it fired several rockets on northern and central Israel, including here, where missiles were launched from Lebanon toward the northern Israeli port city of Haifa. Also in northern Israel, some of the rockets were intercepted, but one hit a residential area, according to police. One person was killed and at least 9 people were injured in different locations.
For 24 years, Russian President Vladimir Putin steered clear of Pyongyang. But in June of this year, the stars aligned. Putin was back in North Korea's capital city with leader Kim Jong-un, in need of more firepower for Russia's war against Ukraine. Then, earlier this month came a meeting with Iran's new president, Masoud Pezeshkian. Putin cementing ties with a country that's helped push his full-scale Ukraine invasion since almost the beginning. And then there's his relationship with China's Xi Jinping, whose country has helped Russia less directly by providing critical components for weaponry, and by not opposing Putin on Ukraine. All told, together, they've been recently dubbed the CRINCs, C for China, then Russia, Iran, and North Korea. So how do the CRINCs alliances work? Well, North Korea has gained a mutual defense pact with Moscow, a deal that even South Korea's defense ministry surmises has led to North Korean troops being ready to fight in Ukraine. Tehran, meanwhile, has provided drones by the thousands to Russia, plus now ballistic missiles, all to fuel Moscow's war and, for Iran's sake, keep the West heavily occupied. Powerful China sits in the middle of the crinks, flouting the West with stronger ties to Russia, maintaining its long-held base of support for its autocratic neighbor North Korea. Tehran is also making an effort with the reclusive state's leader, Kim Jong-un, as well as China's Xi Jinping. For Beijing, its links to the other crinks are helping to guide its increased pressure on Taiwan, even, it's said, with Russian-style disinformation tactics. And together, analysts say all four crinks are working to upset the global balance.
A day after issuing a warning, North Korea blew up roads on its side of the border with South Korea. A violent but symbolic gesture, severing a path connecting the two rivals. The South Korean military responded by firing warning shots on its own territory. The episode signals escalating tensions on the peninsula. Pyongyang accuses Seoul of routinely violating its airspace. On Sunday, the powerful sister of leader Kim Jong-un warned there would be consequences.
The scattering of leaflets over the capital city will be regarded as a grave, politically motivated provocation and an infringement upon our sovereignty. But the fact that drones carried the leaflets is at the core of the seriousness of this incident.
South Korea's military has denied sending drones north, but Pyongyang says it has clear evidence its southern neighbor was behind drones that reached Pyongyang in recent weeks. Activists and North Korean defectors also fly balloons into the north, carrying aid parcels and leaflets criticizing Kim. The north has retaliated with its own balloons, filled with trash, even human waste. On Tuesday, South Korea condemned the destruction of the roads.
What North Korea has done is a clear violation of the Inter-Korean Agreement. We see it as a very abnormal act, and the government strongly condemns it.
North Korea has spent months laying mines and building anti-tank barriers, and after pledging last week to permanently seal its southern border, blowing up some roads may be only the beginning of a diplomatic winter.